In the sweltering embrace of a Boston summer, where the air hung thick with humidity, Amy Collins found solace in the relentless hum of her apartment's air conditioner, cranked to its maximum as she diligently toiled away. Upon her Macintosh screen, a vibrant tapestry of colors and shapes unfolded, revealing the website design crafted for a new client. In a bustling town where creativity thrived, Amy embarked on a journey to carve out her name as a freelance web designer, weaving her skills into the fabric of the digital world. "My dear, a message has arrived from my mother," Thomas announced from the cozy embrace of the sofa in the living room. Amy found herself shrugging her shoulders as if the weight of the world had momentarily slipped from her grasp. Messages from her mother-in-law, Patricia, frequently stirred up trouble. What words escape her lips? Amy inquired, her focus unwavering as she continued her task. Thomas glanced at his cell phone, a glimmer of curiosity in his eyes. "She's inviting us for dinner at her place next Sunday," he replied, a hint of excitement in his voice. "She yearns to honor the day of your birth with a grand celebration." Amy inhaled deeply, filling her lungs with the air around her. Patricia Collins wore a mask of politeness, yet beneath the surface, there lingered an air of mystery, as if her words were but a veil for deeper truths waiting to be uncovered. In the tapestry of her life, woven with the threads of 3 years of marriage, Amy found herself yearning for a warmth that had yet to grace her heart, a warmth that she had hoped to receive from her mother-in-law but had never truly felt. Amy spoke with a gentle resolve. "If you wish, I shall go." As she gazed upon her husband's face, a radiant smile spread across his features, revealing the depth of his true delight. In the bustling world of finance, Thomas stood out as a keen analyst, his judgment as sharp as a finely honed blade. Yet, when the realm of family beckoned, a curious fog enveloped his perception, leaving him oddly oblivious, particularly when it came to the complexities of his mother's heart. "Oh, what a marvelous delight!" With a glimmer of hope in his eyes, Thomas shared, "Mother has begun to embrace you in her heart." Once upon a time, a wise soul remarked that Amy had blossomed into a wonderful wife. Amy met his smile with one of her own, yet within her heart, a shadow of doubt lingered. In a world where kind words were as rare as a hidden treasure, it was quite the surprise when Patricia, known for her sharp tongue, uttered something nice about her. From the very moment the vows were exchanged, it appeared that Patricia had cast Amy in the role of the woman who had taken her son away. "Will Vanessa be joining us on this journey as well?" In a moment of curiosity, Amy inquired about her sister-in-law. "Oh, indeed. Lately, she's been staying at her mother's house," Thomas replied with a nonchalant air. Upon completing her college journey, Vanessa embarked on a series of fleeting adventures in the working world, each one slipping through her fingers like sand. In time, she found herself back under the comforting roof of her mother's home, seeking solace and a fresh start. Amy felt the chill of Vanessa's gaze, a silent storm brewing in the depths of her eyes. In those eyes a tempest brewed, swirling with the green hue of envy. With a weary breath, Amy spoke, "All right. Shall we gather any treasures for our journey?" "Ah, but Mother has declared that she shall take care of it all." "Ah, and she spoke of crafting a delightful surprise just for you." Thomas's voice danced with joy. Amy summoned a smile, though it felt like a heavy burden to bear. Once upon a time, during the festive season, a thoughtful gift from Patricia arrived, but alas, it was a sweater that fit 3 sizes too small. In the Easter that came before, there lay a cake brimming with nuts, a hidden peril for dear Amy, who bore an unfortunate allergy to them. In the tapestry of her life, there were countless threads that Patricia could weave into a narrative of innocence, each one beginning with the simple phrase, "I didn't know." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow through the kitchen window, Amy busied herself with the evening meal. Just then Thomas, with a gentle heart, approached from behind and wrapped his arms around her in a tender embrace. "What thoughts wander through your mind?" he inquired with a soft and tender voice. With a voice that carried the weight of truth, she spoke of your mother, and in that moment, a shadow fell across Thomas's face. "Shall we embark on this journey once more?" Once upon a time, there was a mother named Amy, who longed for harmony and connection with her beloved child. She wished for nothing more than to bridge the gap and share a bond filled with understanding and love. Amy held her tongue, resisting the urge to engage in a battle of words. Once upon a time, a conversation echoed through the air, its familiar words woven into the fabric of countless moments shared before. Thomas, in his youthful innocence, never ventured to unravel the mysteries hidden within his mother's words and actions. In his eyes, Patricia shone as the ideal mother, a beacon of warmth and care. Any troubles that arose, he believed, surely lay with Amy, not the beloved matriarch. "I'm sorry," Amy whispered, her voice barely rising above the gentle rustle of the leaves around them. Once upon a time, in the quiet corners of a weary heart, There lingered a sense of exhaustion that whispered softly, "I am just tired." With a gentle press of his lips against hers, Thomas sought to convey his forgiveness, yet a flicker of discontent lingered in the depths of his gaze. As the seasons turned over the course of 3 years, the bond between Amy and Thomas began to thicken with an unspoken tension, each moment weaving a complex tapestry of emotions that hung heavy in the air. In the early days of their union, Thomas stood as a steadfast guardian for Amy, skillfully navigating the turbulent waters of his mother and sister's overbearing presence. Yet, as the sands of time slipped through the hourglass, he found himself slowly drawn back into the swirling embrace of his original family, like a leaf caught in a gentle current. As the weekend dawned, Amy found herself seated at a quaint cafe, sharing laughter and stories with her dear friend Jessica, while Thomas reveled in the sun, swinging his clubs on the golf course with his companions. "Ah, so the journey to your mother-in-law's abode beckons once more, does it?" With wide eyes and a hint of disbelief, Jessica inquired. Once upon a time, she expressed her concern with a gentle tone, saying, "There seems to be an abundance of salt in your cooking, and I worry for Thomas's well-being." Indeed, a bitter smile graced Amy's lips. "Yet I perceive that Thomas holds his bond with his mother in high regard. To him, family is the very essence of life, a treasure beyond compare. Are you not part of his family?" Jessica's brow furrowed, a shadow passing over her face. In the quiet corners of their interactions, Thomas remained silent, a witness to the way Patricia and Vanessa cast their disdainful glances upon you. Amy, with a contemplative gaze, swirled her coffee, lost in the depths of her thoughts. He remains blissfully unaware. In his gaze, she embodies perfection, a vision of grace and love that fills his heart with warmth. With a gentle grip, Jessica clasped her friend's hand, a silent promise of support and companionship in that moment. "Exercise caution, dear friend. It seems that Patricia may not fully embrace you as you are." Amy gave a gentle nod, her thoughts swirling like leaves in the autumn breeze. In that moment, she found herself enveloped in a familiar sentiment. With every visit, she could feel the sharp edge of Patricia's subtle sarcasm and the icy glares from Vanessa, as if they were characters in a tale woven with tension and unspoken words. Yet, in the depths of her heart, she cherished Thomas and found herself willing to bear the weight of it all for his sake. On the eve of her birthday, Thomas leaned in and kissed Amy, whispering a promise that tomorrow would unfold into a day filled with wonder. As Amy nestled beneath her covers, a flicker of hope danced in her heart, whispering that perhaps, just perhaps, it could be true. Yet deep within her heart, a whisper echoed, foretelling that the morrow's visit would weave a tapestry of new tension. As she gently closed her eyes, the facade of Patricia's smile faded away, revealing the genuine emotions that lay concealed beneath its surface. Over the span of 3 long years, a tapestry of small insults and deliberate neglect wove itself into the fabric of Amy's being, leaving behind a lingering anxiety that seemed impossible to shake. On the morning of Amy's birthday, the sky stretched above like a vast canvas of clear blue, promising a day filled with possibilities. As the morning light filtered through the kitchen window, the sound of the intercom pierced the peaceful air, breaking the silence of breakfast preparations. Once upon a time, a special delivery arrived just for you. Once upon a time, there lay a package, cool and crisp, nestled within the embrace of refrigeration. With a sense of anticipation, Amy approached the door, where a delivery person awaited her with a package in hand. As she gazed upon the name of the sender, her eyes fell upon the familiar letters that spelled out Patricia Collins. In a moment that caught her off guard, she found herself taken aback by the surprise of an unexpected gift. Once upon a time, a message came to Thomas, a special delivery from his mother, carrying whispers of love and tales from afar. As Thomas emerged from the bathroom, a towel in hand, he caught sight of the package, his curiosity piqued. "Ah, it seems we have stumbled upon a delightful mystery, one that whispers of celebration and joy. A birthday present perhaps waiting to be unveiled. And so, with a sense of anticipation, we shall unveil it." With great care, Amy peeled back the layers of the package, revealing the treasures hidden within. Within the confines of the box, an air of sophistication lingered, as its sleek black exterior held the enchanting name of Chateau Chocolatier, elegantly inscribed in shimmering gold letters. In the heart of Boston, there existed a chocolate shop that was renowned for its opulence, a place where indulgence and sweetness intertwined in the most delightful of ways. Ah, what a delightful surprise! It seems that dear mother is showering us with her kindness. "These chocolates," Thomas exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder, "cost over $100 a box." Within the confines of the box, an array of chocolates, each with its own unique shape, lay artfully arranged, accompanied by a delicate card that whispered secrets of sweetness. Amy reached for the object, her fingers brushing against its surface, and began to read the words inscribed upon it. Once upon a time, a treasure was chosen with great care just for you. In the delicate strokes of the letters, one could see the careful artistry of Patricia's meticulous script. Behold! With a heart full of joy, Thomas exclaimed, "At long last, the moment has arrived when Mother has opened her heart to embrace you fully, presenting a treasure of exquisite chocolates." Amy wore a smile, yet a whisper of unease stirred within her heart. In a twist of fate, she found herself astonished by the unexpected shift in Patricia's demeanor. Yet, as she gazed upon Thomas's joyful countenance, the words of uncertainty remained unspoken on her lips. What a truly considerate gesture. In due time I shall savor them. From dawn till dusk, Amy found herself lost in the enchanting world of web design, weaving her creativity into every pixel and line of code. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow across the land, Thomas returned home with a sense of purpose. He made his way to the kitchen, where he began to weave together the ingredients for a special birthday dinner, each step filled with anticipation and care. Amy nestled into the cozy embrace of the sofa in the living room, seeking solace from the weariness that the day had bestowed upon her. "The feast is prepared and awaits your arrival." With a voice that echoed through the stillness, Thomas called out. As the meal unfolded, a warm and inviting ambience enveloped the gathering, setting the stage for delightful conversations and shared laughter. With a flourish, Thomas uncorked the wine, its rich aroma filling the air, and raised his glass high, inviting all to join in a heartfelt toast to honor the joyous occasion of Amy's birthday. "On this special day, my dearest, I wish you the happiest of birthdays. In the tapestry of time, I shall remain by your side for all eternity." Once the last bite had been savored and the plates set aside, Thomas busied himself with tidying the kitchen. It was then, amidst the clatter of dishes, that he stumbled upon the chocolate box, a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. What if we indulged in a sweet treat to delight our senses? With a gentle flick of his wrist, he lifted the lid of the box, revealing its treasures within. His fingers danced through the contents until they settled on a single item, which he carefully plucked from its resting place. Behold, a feast for the senses, a creation that beckons with its mouth-watering allure. Once upon a time, in a world filled with endless tasks and responsibilities, there lived a young woman named Amy. She found herself weary, her spirit weighed down by the day's demands. My belly is quite content at this moment. Tomorrow I shall partake in some. Surely just one won't cause any harm, will it?" With a swift motion, Thomas had already let the rich chocolate melt upon his tongue. What a delightful feast this is. Each bite dances upon the palate, a symphony of flavors that brings joy to the heart. Amy's face lit up with a smile as she declared, "I can't wait to try them tomorrow." With a glint of mischief in his eyes, Thomas reached for yet another. Amy, unfazed by the world around her, decided to step away for a moment and indulge in the soothing embrace of a warm shower. With weariness weighing heavily upon her, Amy sought the comfort of her bed, surrendering to the embrace of sleep almost instantly. In the cozy glow of the living room, Thomas found himself lost in the flickering images on the screen, his hand reaching for one chocolate after another, each sweet morsel disappearing as if by magic. As dawn broke and the first light of day crept into the room, Amy stirred from her slumber, only to find that Thomas had already risen, embracing the quiet of the morning. As she stepped into the kitchen, she found him there, savoring a cup of coffee while engrossed in a book. Once upon a time, in the gentle light of dawn, a special girl awoke to the magic of her birthday. With a chuckle, Amy recounted, "That came to a close yesterday. It seems the time has come to indulge in those delightful chocolates." As she stepped into the living room, her eyes fell upon the table, where an empty chocolate box lay, a silent testament to indulgence now past. "Oh, Thomas, have you devoured every last morsel?" With a gentle nod, Thomas expressed his regret, a silent acknowledgement of the moment that hung between them. "Alas, in the blink of an eye, I found myself having consumed every last morsel." The flavors danced upon the palate, each bite a delightful journey of taste and satisfaction. Amy's heart carried a whisper of disappointment, yet it was but a fleeting shadow, not a weighty burden. Well, that's perfectly fine. Perhaps in the future, you might consider bestowing upon me more of those delightful treasures. At that moment, the phone let out a sudden ring. Upon the glowing screen, the name emerged, Patricia Collins. Ah, it was her mother, Amy said as she picked up the phone. Greetings, dear Patricia. Amy, good morning. Patricia's voice danced through the air, radiating a brightness that felt different from the ordinary. Once upon a time in the realm of yesterday, a special day unfolded. It was the celebration of your birth. Huzzah and hearty congratulations to you. Gratitude fills the air. A simple yet profound expression of appreciation. Thank you. And so it was that the chocolates made their grand entrance. Oh, how delightful! Patricia exclaimed with joy. What was the flavor of the chocolates like? In a moment of reflection, I made a choice that felt truly extraordinary. Amy chuckled, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Well, it was Thomas who devoured them all. In that fleeting instant, a hush enveloped the air on the other end of the line. In that moment, Amy caught the quiver in Patricia's voice, a sound that spoke of unspoken fears and hidden emotions. Pray tell, are you truly serious? That tone stirred a sense of suspicion within Amy. Patricia's reaction held a depth that suggested something far more profound than simple surprise. Indeed, under the cover of night, he devoured every last morsel. Yet, he proclaimed that they were truly delightful. I understand. Patricia's voice emerged rough and raspy, as if it carried the weight of untold stories. Ah, what a twist of fate that is. Unexpected indeed. As the last words faded into silence, an air of discomfort lingered in the room. Just moments after Amy ended the call, the shrill ring of Thomas's cell phone pierced through the stillness. Thomas, though appearing a touch under the weather, mustered the strength to answer the phone. Moments later, he made his way back to the living room, the air thick with anticipation. His visage bore the pallor of a ghost, while beads of sweat cascaded down his brow like tiny rivers of anxiety. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Amy. One fateful day, the phone rang, and on the other end came a voice from the hospital. With a sense of urgency, I must depart at once, for a wave of illness washes over me. Just as Thomas was about to complete his thought, he dashed to the bathroom, where a wave of nausea overtook him, and he began to heave uncontrollably. In a voice that quivered like leaves in a gentle breeze, he spoke. Summon an ambulance. With urgency in her heart, Amy swiftly dialed 911. In the midst of it all, Thomas found himself slipping further into the shadows of his ailment. As her fingers brushed against his forehead, a strange warmth enveloped her, unlike anything she had ever encountered. Fear not, dear Thomas. In the not-so-distant future, the sound of sirens will fill the air, for the ambulance is on its way, racing against time to bring help to those in need. Just as the wail of the ambulance siren pierced the air, Thomas's cell phone chimed once more, beckoning for his attention. Amy caught sight of it. Dear mother. Silence hung in the air, her lips sealed tight, offering no reply. A peculiar feeling began to unfurl within her chest, like a whisper of something yet to come. As the haunting wail of the siren drew near, Amy stood at her apartment door, leaving it ajar, inviting the world beyond to spill into her sanctuary. With urgency in their steps, the paramedics burst into the room, their eyes scanning for Thomas, who lay vulnerable on the bathroom floor. He is in the grips of severe dehydration. And four is needed at once, one of the paramedics declared, urgency lacing their voice. For how long has he been displaying these symptoms? As the first light of dawn crept into the room, he stirred from his slumber, his complexion a ghostly shade. But in an instant, the shadows deepened, and Amy's voice quivered like a fragile leaf in the wind as she spoke. In the quiet hours of the night, he chose not to. In that moment, a flicker of memory danced in her mind, bringing forth the sweet reminder of the chocolates gifted by her mother-in-law. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the scene, Thomas found himself gently laid upon a stretcher, his world narrowing to the confines of the ambulance. Beside him, Amy sat, her heart racing as they embarked on a journey filled with uncertainty and hope. As the vehicle rocked gently back and forth, she clasped Thomas's hand with a firm grip, her heart racing with every bump in the road. A cold sweat beaded on his forehead, and his complexion had taken on a pallid gray hue. Fear not, dear Thomas. Our journey will lead us to the hospital shortly. As the ambulance rolled into the bustling hospital, the doors swung open, and Thomas was swiftly whisked away to the treatment room, where hope and healing awaited. Amy sat quietly in the waiting room, diligently filling out the necessary paperwork that lay before her. As she reached for her cell phone, her heart skipped a beat upon discovering 5 missed calls from Patricia. In that moment, the phone let out another chime, breaking the silence once more. "Greetings, dear Patricia. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Amy. In the midst of a bustling world, one might wonder, where has Thomas wandered off to? What could be keeping him from answering his phone?" Patricia's voice rose to a near frenzy, filled with emotion and urgency. He finds himself within the sterile walls of the hospital, a place where hope and healing intertwine. In an unexpected turn of fate, he found himself struck by a sudden and severe illness. "Which hospital shall we speak of? At this very moment, I am on my way." Amy shared the name of the hospital and then, with a finality, ended the call. As she stood there, a peculiar sensation washed over her, enveloping her in its mysterious embrace. What could have stirred such a tempest of worry within Patricia? And what was it that led to this unfolding after the talk of chocolate? Half an hour had passed when Patricia and Vanessa finally made their way to the hospital, their hearts racing with anticipation. In that moment, both figures appeared deeply troubled, but it was Patricia who stood out, her face a canvas of sheer terror. Where could he be, I wonder? In the depths of my heart, a question lingers like a whisper on the wind. Where is my son? With determination in her heart, Patricia approached the receptionist, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Amy rose from her seat and made her way toward them. "He is receiving care. As I sit here, anticipation hangs in the air, and I find myself waiting for the doctor to emerge from behind those closed doors." As Patricia's eyes fell upon Amy, a fleeting shiver coursed through her, a momentary jolt of surprise that caught her off guard. What transpired? What brings about this sudden change? In the depths of uncertainty, a question lingers, echoing softly in the mind. I don't know. As the first light of dawn crept into the room, he stirred from his slumber, a sense of unease settling over him. Amy, observing him closely, spoke softly, her words hanging in the air for a moment before she continued. "It was after indulging in your chocolates that he began to feel this way." As the words hung in the air, a pallor swept over Patricia and Vanessa, casting shadows upon their once vibrant faces. As their eyes met, a silent understanding passed between them, and Vanessa, caught in the moment, nervously bit her lip. Ah, the sweet allure of chocolates. A delightful treat that beckons with its rich, velvety embrace, promising a moment of bliss with every bite. With a gentle hush, Patricia softened her voice. He consumed them all one by one as if savoring each moment. Amy watched closely, taking in their every reaction. Indeed, every single one of them gathered under the night sky, weaving tales and sharing laughter until the stars began to fade. As the dawn broke, a shadow of unease settled upon him, for he was not feeling well. In that very moment, a doctor stepped into the waiting room, bringing with them an air of anticipation and hope. "Ah, Mrs. Collins, you say? The initial test results for your husband have arrived." In a dimly lit room, the 3 figures came together, their eyes fixed upon the doctor, who stood at the center of their attention. He is displaying the telltale signs of a fierce battle with food poisoning. In the midst of our culinary journey, we have encountered an unexpected twist, a more potent strain of food poisoning bacteria than we typically face. Thus, we embark on a quest for knowledge, conducting additional tests to unveil the mysteries that lie ahead. Did he partake in any peculiar fare? Amy's mind drifted back to the time when the chocolate box lay empty, a silent testament to sweet indulgence now gone. Last night, he indulged in a selection of exquisite chocolates, each piece a treasure of flavor and decadence. In the cozy embrace of home, there lies a box, waiting patiently for its story to unfold. With a furrowed brow, the doctor cast a concerned gaze. "Would you be so kind as to fetch that packaging? It could very well be essential for the purpose of testing." In a moment of unexpected bravery, Vanessa stepped forward and declared, "I'll get it. Would you be so kind as to share the address of your apartment with me?" With a hint of doubt lingering in her heart, Amy reluctantly revealed the address to her. With a swift step, Vanessa made her way out of the hospital, the doors swinging shut behind her as she embarked on a new chapter beyond those sterile walls. Once upon a time, in a world where healing was both an art and a science, there existed a figure known as the doctor. With a sense of urgency, Patricia turned to the doctor, her eyes filled with questions and hope. "Will my son find his way to safety and happiness? At this very moment, we are carefully administering an antidote, just to be safe, as the tests reveal a troubling reaction to some toxin. In the shadows of the world, there exists a silent menace known as toxin, a whisper of danger that lurks unseen, waiting to weave its dark tale." Amy's voice soared into the air. "Pray tell, what is it that you wish to convey?" With great deliberation, the doctor selected each word, as if weaving a delicate tapestry of meaning. At this moment, the winds of fate remain uncertain. Yet, as we delve into the symptoms in the early test results, a different tale begins to unfold, suggesting that this is no ordinary food poisoning. Patricia sank into the embrace of a chair, weary from the day's trials. Not a chance. After the passage of 2 hours, Vanessa made her way back. In that moment, she found herself without the chocolate box in her hands. I couldn't find it, she said, her voice tinged with a hint of disappointment. Perhaps it found its way into the depths of the trash, lost among forgotten remnants of the day. Amy's brow furrowed in discontent. It was meant to rest upon the living room table, a place where it could be seen and cherished. In that moment, a figure emerged, declaring himself a detective as he stepped into the bustling hospital. Ah, Mrs. Collins, you say? May I take a moment to pose a few inquiries to you? In the heart of the city, where shadows danced under the flickering streetlights, a figure emerged, clad in blue, embodying the spirit of vigilance and justice. The police, guardians of order, stood ready to face the unknown, their presence a promise of safety in the night. Patricia's voice quivered like a fragile leaf caught in a gentle breeze. What is the reason behind this? In the depths of a mysterious tale, it was revealed that specific toxins had found their way into the very essence of Thomas Collins's being. It is time for us to delve into the heart of the matter and uncover the truth behind the situation that lies before us. Amy's hand, quivering with uncertainty, brushed gently against her cheek. Ah, the whispers of toxins, those unseen foes that lurk in the shadows of our world. Alas, that cannot be the case. With a keen eye and a mind sharp as a tack, the detective diligently scribbled notes, weaving a tapestry of inquiries that danced in the air like whispers of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Have you savored any delightful dishes or beverages of late? Last night, a delightful surprise arrived in the form of luxurious chocolates from my mother-in-law. But alas, my husband, unable to resist their allure, devoured every last one, Amy recounted with a hint of exasperation. With a keen gaze, the detective's eyes fell upon Patricia. Pray tell, from whence did you acquire these delightful chocolates? As the shadows danced around her, Patricia's face lost its color, becoming as pale as the moonlit sky. In a grand chateau, where the air is filled with the sweet scent of cocoa, a master chocolatier weaves magic with every creation. Ah, but dear listener, what we have here is but a tale of misunderstanding. Are there any remnants of packaging or leftover chocolates to be found? Amy gently shook her head, a subtle gesture that spoke volumes. My sister-in-law set out on a quest to retrieve them, yet upon her return, she shared the tale of her fruitless search, claiming they were nowhere to be found. With a keen gaze, the detective turned his attention to Vanessa. Alas, did you truly search for them in vain? Vanessa perched on the edge of her chair, a sense of unease swirling within her. Alas, they were nowhere to be found. With a keen eye and a mind full of questions, the detective declared, as a precaution, we must delve into the mysteries of the apartment. Amy, with a gentle nod, extended her hand and offered the keys, a silent promise of new beginnings. With purpose in her step, she made her way to the treatment room, eager to see how Thomas was faring. He lay there, frail and vulnerable, accepting the world in a quiet surrender. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Amy. He spoke, his lips parched and cracked. What tale unfolded? At this moment, the answer remains shrouded in mystery. Fear not, for the winds of change are in your favor, and soon you shall find yourself on a path of improvement. With the nurse's vigilant gaze upon her, Amy ventured forth into the hallway. Just as she was making her way to the restroom, a soft voice drifted from a nearby private room, catching her attention. Oh, dear mother, it seems our carefully laid plans have been dashed to pieces. It was the enchanting sound of Vanessa's voice that filled the air. Hush now, let the silence envelop us. In a hushed tone, laced with frustration, Patricia warned she might hear us. Amy paused, her back meeting the cool surface of the wall as if seeking refuge in its sturdy embrace. What fate awaits us on this journey? Should the police embark on an investigation? In the vast expanse of inquiry, one might find themselves searching high and low, yet alas, the elusive proof remains hidden from sight. Did you take care of the box, my friend? Indeed, there is a caveat. Hush now, for the moment calls for silence. Imagine, if you will, a moment where all knowledge fades away, and you stand at the edge of a vast unknown, ready to embrace the mystery that lies ahead. Just let go and pretend you know nothing. In the heart of uncertainty, there lies a flicker of hope. Thomas will rise again, stronger than before. Alas, the sum fell short. Amy's chest was gripped by a chilling cold, as if the very essence of winter had taken residence within her. With a hesitant step, she distanced herself from the place, her legs trembling as she made her way back to the waiting room. As the shadows deepened and the whispers grew louder, the chilling reality of Patricia and Vanessa's intentions began to unravel before our very eyes. As the detective stepped back into the hospital, a gravity hung about him, his expression a mask of seriousness. In a twist of fate, the chocolate box, once lost to the depths of the trash can, has been rescued and brought back into the light. It has embarked on a journey to the lab. Amy cast her gaze upon Patricia and Vanessa, their presence weaving a tapestry of intrigue in the air. As the shadows deepened, a pallor of dread washed over their features, painting their expressions with the hue of trepidation. In our quest, we stumbled upon a box that hailed from a place far removed from the confines of your apartment's trash can. Ah, Miss Vanessa Collins, emerging from the depths of your car's trunk. As Vanessa attempted to rise from her chair, a firm hand gently settled on her shoulder, urging her to remain seated. In a dimly lit room, the air thick with tension, the figures of Patricia Collins and Vanessa Collins stood before the stern gaze of the officer. I must inform you, the officer declared, that I am detaining you for questioning on the grave suspicion of attempted murder. The weight of the words hung heavily in the air, a storm brewing in the silence that followed. Amy found herself frozen in disbelief. In a world where shadows lurked behind familiar faces, she found herself grappling with an unsettling truth. The notion that her mother-in-law and sister-in-law had conspired to poison Thomas, or perhaps had aimed their dark intentions at her from the very start, was a reality she struggled to embrace. What could possibly be the reason behind it? In a whisper that barely danced upon the air, she posed her question. Patricia cast a frosty gaze upon Amy, her eyes glinting with an icy resolve. Thomas is not meant for someone like you. That boy is the heart of our family. In the dimly lit hospital corridor, a chill hung in the air, wrapping around Amy like a shroud. She perched on a plastic chair, her fingers gripping a coffee cup that quivered in her grasp. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the land, several hours had slipped by since the fateful moment when Patricia and Vanessa were led away by the police. In the quietude of the intensive care unit, Thomas lay in a deep slumber, cradled by the gentle hum of machines. The doctors, with their reassuring words, had conveyed that his condition was stable, a flicker of hope in the stillness of the room. It appeared that the treacherous time had finally slipped away into the shadows. Amy gently closed her weary eyes, allowing her mind to wander back through the tapestry of her past, where memories danced like shadows in the twilight. Ever since she tied the knot, a series of mysterious ailments had woven themselves into the fabric of her life. There were times when she found herself besieged by headaches or a wave of nausea, particularly after those visits to her mother-in-law's abode. In that moment, she believed it was merely the weight of stress upon her shoulders, yet now, a new possibility began to unfold before her eyes. As the soft chime echoed through the room, the screen illuminated with the name Jessica, beckoning for attention. Amy, are you all right, my dear? It came to my attention through the news that your husband found himself in a dire situation, hastily taken to the hospital due to the unfortunate circumstance of poisoning. In a moment filled with anticipation, Amy gathered her thoughts and began to weave the tale of the situation to Jessica. In the bustling halls of a law firm, there was a remarkable woman named Jessica. She was not just a colleague but a steadfast friend, known for her ability to navigate the stormiest of situations with a calm and steady hand. What tales are the police weaving? With a curious glint in her eye, Jessica inquired. In a dimly lit room, the air thick with tension, the investigators turned their gaze upon Patricia and Vanessa, their voices laced with suspicion as they probed into the dark shadows of an attempted murder. It seems that a shadow of danger lurked within the sweet delights, as traces of arsenic were discovered in the chocolates. From the other end of the line, a sharp intake of breath echoed, revealing Jessica's surprise. Amy, this matter holds great weight. At this very moment I am on my way to you. In the meantime, keep your words to yourself and refrain from speaking to others. After the passage of an hour, Jessica made her way to the hospital, her heart filled with anticipation. With a keen and discerning gaze, she delved into the intricacies of Amy's situation. Cast your mind back to the moments that have come before, Jessica whispered softly. Have you ever found yourself in the warm embrace of Patricia's hospitality, where she graciously extends an invitation for food or drink? Was it meant solely for you? Amy pondered deeply. Let me take you back to that enchanting evening, the celebration following our vows. Amidst the laughter and joy she appeared, a glimmer of mischief in her eyes, as she presented a bottle of exquisite wine. With a flourish she poured it solely into my glass, a gesture that felt like a secret shared just between us. In the days that followed, a shadow fell upon me, and I found myself stricken with a terrible illness, rendering me unable to join in the joyous wedding photo session. And then what happened next? During the magical season of Christmas, she bestowed upon me a batch of delightful cookies, crafted just for my enjoyment. Once I indulged in those morsels, a heavy spell fell upon me, leaving me confined to my bed for 3 long days. Yet, in the depths of my mind, I believed it was the treacherous grip of food poisoning. In a quiet corner, Jessica sat with her notebook open, the pages eager to capture the thoughts swirling in her mind. Is there anything more to share? Is there any evidence that might hold promise? It is a curious twist of fate that just 2 weeks prior to Thomas's unexpected hospitalization, a significant change occurred in his work insurance. He spoke of having taken a step towards a brighter future by enrolling in a more promising life insurance policy. Jessica's expression grew tense, as if a storm was brewing within her. Who, you may wonder, are the fortunate souls who stand to gain from this endeavor? It is I, alongside the mother of Thomas, I believe. He spoke with a reassuring tone, promising that should anything arise, both of you would find safety in his words. With a determined spirit, Jessica rose to her feet. Amy, it is evident that this was all planned in advance. It is essential that you share every detail with the police. Under the cloak of night, Amy gathered her courage and shared with the detective the whispers of doubt that had been haunting her thoughts. The detective, with a thoughtful nod, absorbed the words spoken to him, and with a reassuring tone vowed, "We shall delve into this mystery." After a week had passed, the moment finally arrived when Thomas was granted his freedom to leave. Though he had shed pounds and still bore the marks of his struggle, a powerful potion of medicine had worked its magic, guiding him back from the brink of despair. Amy brought him back to her humble abode, where she tended to him with gentle care and a soft touch. What could have driven Mother to take such a step? In the quiet of the room, Thomas found himself lost in a sea of thoughts, his words tumbling out in a soft murmur, repeated like a gentle echo in the stillness. He appeared to be lost in a fog, unable to grasp the reality that lay before him. Once upon a time, in a world where justice danced on a delicate balance, Patricia and Vanessa found themselves granted a fleeting taste of freedom, having been temporarily released on bail. In their quest to reach Thomas, they found themselves thwarted at every turn, for Amy had woven a barrier around him, blocking all calls that sought to break through. In the heart of her thoughts, the journey of Thomas's recovery stood as her most cherished quest. In the quiet stillness of 3 days that followed her release, Amy found herself at a crossroads, and a decision began to take shape in her mind. In the quiet of the evening, she felt the weight of a secret pressing upon her heart, urging her to share the truth with her husband. As Thomas reclined upon the soft embrace of the sofa, she took her place beside him, a quiet companion in that moment of stillness. "Thomas, it is time for us to journey to your mother's abode." With eyes wide in astonishment, he gazed upon her. What could possibly be the reason behind it all? In the quest for truth, one must embark on a journey to uncover the hidden clues that lie beneath the surface. But this was not the first time, was it? A tale as old as time itself, where echoes of the past linger in the air, whispering secrets only the wise can hear. With a quiet resolve, Thomas turned his gaze elsewhere. It's hard to believe that a mother could ever act in such a way. With a gentle grip, Amy clasped her husband's hand, a silent promise passing between them. In the journey ahead, it is essential that we uncover the truth that lies before us. On the following day, despite the lingering weakness that clung to him like a shadow, Thomas found himself nodding in agreement to accompany Amy to Patricia's house. In a moment carefully orchestrated, they selected a time when Patricia and Vanessa would find themselves at the lawyer's office, diligently preparing for the trial that loomed ahead. In a quiet little town there lived a man named Thomas, who possessed a key unlike any other. A spare key tucked away for moments just like this. What treasure shall we seek out? At the threshold, Thomas inquired, his voice carrying a hint of curiosity. Something out of the ordinary. Make sure to take a careful look in your mother's bedroom and at her desk. With hushed footsteps they slipped into the house, the air thick with anticipation. Patricia's house, a place they hadn't set foot in for some time, stood as neat and tidy as ever, a testament to her unwavering sense of order. Amy ascended the staircase that led from the cozy living room to the inviting sanctuary of Patricia's bedroom. With a heart full of uncertainty, Thomas trailed behind her, each step weighed down by doubt. It seems as though we are trespassing upon the sacred space of our dear mother, crossing the invisible boundaries that she holds so dear. Thomas, Amy's voice cut through the air like a winter chill. Your mother tried to kill me. In the heart of the home, Patricia's bedroom unfolded like a cherished tale, adorned with elegant decor that whispered stories of love and memories. On the bedside table, family photos stood proudly, each frame a portal to moments shared and laughter echoed, creating a warm embrace of nostalgia. Amy approached the closet, her heart fluttering with anticipation, and reached up to explore the hidden treasures nestled on the upper shelves. In her search, she uncovered naught but emptiness. Come, let us venture to the desk and see what secrets it may hold. In a quiet corner of the office, Patricia's desk stood resolutely locked, a fortress of secrets. Yet, with a determined spirit, Thomas approached, his curiosity igniting a spark of adventure. With deft hands, he worked to pry open the drawers, eager to uncover what lay hidden within. Within the confines of the room, a collection of documents lay meticulously arranged, each one telling its own silent story. Amy swiftly perused the documents, her gaze pausing on a particular file that caught her attention. Once upon a time there existed a moment, a simple yet profound declaration, this is. In his hands lay a document, a tangible symbol of Thomas's new journey. A life insurance contract, freshly inked and brimming with promise. In the tale of the beneficiaries, two names stood out, Amy and Patricia. Yet a curious little mark lingered beside Amy's name, hinting at a story yet to unfold. In a quiet corner, a note lay waiting, its message clear. Changes on the horizon. As they delved further into the shadows, another astonishing document revealed itself to them. In a twist of fate, it was none other than Amy's very own life insurance policy that lay at the heart of the tale. In the quiet corners of her mind, Amy found herself grappling with a mystery that had woven itself into the fabric of her life. She could not recall the moment when Thomas had taken out this insurance, nor could she remember the whispers of intent behind it. Yet, the names of Patricia and Vanessa lingered like shadows, the chosen beneficiaries of a decision made long before her thoughts could grasp its significance. Behold the tale of my life insurance. When did you first come to possess this? With a face as pale as the moonlit sky, Thomas gazed upon the document, his heart heavy with unspoken fears. In the depths of uncertainty, a question lingers, echoing softly in the mind, I don't know. With a gentle smile, Mom assured us that she would weave together all the details like a skilled artisan crafting a beautiful tapestry. Amy, in a moment of vulnerability, concealed her face with trembling hands as if trying to shield herself from the world around her. From the very start, their plans had been carefully woven together, like threads in a grand tapestry. From the shadows beneath the dresser, Amy stumbled upon a small, mysterious box. Within the confines of that space lay images of her, captured in moments where needles pierced through the very essence of her being. In addition, an array of herbs and powders found their home in small bottles, each adorned with a label whispering secrets of their unique properties. Thomas, come and see this. In the quiet corner of the room, Amy approached the desk, her fingers gently brushing against the surface as she opened the laptop, ready to embark on a new journey of discovery. In a moment of daring, Thomas approached the lock screen, its defenses standing tall like a fortress. With a flicker of hope, he entered his mother's oft-used password, and to his astonishment, the barrier dissolved, revealing the secrets hidden within. In the depths of the browser's history lay a series of curious inquiries, each more sinister than the last. There were searches for poisons that could slip through the cracks of detection, methods of slow poisoning that whispered of patience and cunning, and a comprehensive guide that promised the secrets of life insurance fraud. A tale woven with shadows and intrigue, beckoning the curious to delve deeper into its dark narrative. Thomas settled into a chair, his hands cradling his head as if to shield it from the weight of the world. In a moment of disbelief, I found myself pondering the question that echoed in my mind, why would Mother do such a thing? In an instant, the creaking of the door echoed through the silence, signaling an unexpected arrival. In a moment of unexpected revelation, they spun around, their eyes wide with astonishment. What is it that you find yourself engaged in at this moment? Vanessa lingered at the threshold of the bedroom, her presence a quiet whisper in the stillness of the moment. As her gaze fell upon them, a wave of emotion washed over her, transforming her expression in an instant. It is not your place to cross this threshold. Amy replied with a serene demeanor, we shall preserve all of this as evidence. There exists a tale, woven with threads of suspicion, where it is said that you and your mother conspired against me, plotting my demise. Vanessa's eyes narrowed, a flicker of caution dancing across her features as she dismissed the notion with a wave of her hand. Alas, there exists no proof to be found. With a deliberate grace, Thomas rose to his feet. Oh, Vanessa, what has led you to this moment? What could possibly lead you and mother to such a decision? Vanessa's countenance shifted, revealing a tapestry of emotions woven into her features. What is the reason behind this? For it was in that moment, when you took her hand in yours and vowed to share your lives, that the world around you transformed completely. In the tapestry of our lives, woven with dreams and aspirations, lies the essence of our plans and the promise of our future. Pray tell, what is it that you wish to convey? With a melody of joy, Vanessa's laughter danced through the air. Her laughter danced through the air, a curious blend of sorrow and disdain, weaving a tale of emotions that tugged at the heartstrings. From the very start, it was never in Mom's heart to embrace you as one of us. Her sights were set on Thomas's estate and the fortune that lay within the insurance policy. With a graceful motion, Amy lifted the documents, her eyes sparkling with purpose, and presented them to Thomas, who awaited with keen interest. Behold! In a twist of fate, your mother has ventured into the realm of substantial loans, all under your name. Once upon a time, they found themselves ensnared in the clutches of financial turmoil. In that moment, Thomas found himself utterly without words. With a voice that danced between anger and sorrow, he uttered the words, "Get out, Vanessa. Our paths shall not cross again, for I wish to part ways forever." Thomas, the time has come for you to make a choice about your family. It was a choice between her and us. In a twist of fate, those who sought to harm my beloved wife are bound to us by blood. Thomas's voice quivered like a leaf in the wind. Leave now, or I shall have no choice but to summon the authorities. In a moment filled with unspoken words, Amy found herself standing beside Thomas, her fingers entwined with his, a silent promise shared between them. With bated breath, their eyes were fixed upon Vanessa, a quiet tension hanging in the air. This isn't over, Vanessa declared with a menacing glint in her eye as she strode out of the room, leaving an air of tension in her wake. In that very instant, the shrill sound of Thomas's cell phone pierced the air. As he answered the call, the air around him shifted. After exchanging a few words, he turned to Amy, his expression transformed, revealing a depth of emotion that spoke volumes. In a moment of vulnerability, Mother laid bare her soul, revealing all that had been hidden in the shadows. As the golden rays of autumn sunlight cascaded gently upon the marble steps of the courthouse, a warm glow enveloped the scene, inviting all who passed to pause and reflect. As Amy and Thomas stepped out of the building, their fingers intertwined, a silent promise passed between them, binding their hearts in that fleeting moment. At long last, the gavel fell, sealing the fate of all involved and bringing to a close the arduous journey through the courtroom's trials and tribulations. In a tale that unfolded in the shadows of justice, Patricia Collins found herself facing the weight of her actions, as the gavel struck down a 5-year prison sentence for the charges of assault and conspiracy. In a tale woven with shadows and peril, the act of intentionally concocting poison and persistently placing Amy in harm's way stood as a grave transgression. In a twist of fate, Vanessa found herself confessing to her role as an accomplice, leading to a 3-year suspended sentence that would linger in her mind like a shadow. In the grand tapestry of the courtroom, her lawyer wove a tale of influence, suggesting that the shadows of her mother loomed large over her actions. The jury, swayed by this narrative, nodded in acceptance of the argument presented. With a heavy sigh, Amy declared, "It's over." Thomas drew her shoulder near, as if to share a secret only the two of them could understand. At long last, we stand on the brink of progress, ready to embark on a new journey ahead. As Thomas settled into the driver's seat, he turned the key in the ignition, and with a gentle rumble, the car came to life. He set his sights on the winding road ahead, steering toward the quiet embrace of the suburbs. In a quaint little town nestled in the heart of Connecticut, they made the fateful decision to carve out a new life, leaving behind the bustling streets of Boston. In that moment, the air was thick with promise, as if the very ground beneath held the whispers of countless new beginnings waiting to unfold. On that fateful visiting day, when they arrived to see Patricia, they were met with a transformation that left them in awe. Once she had walked with a grace that commanded respect, but now that dignity had slipped away like sand through her fingers. Alone in her thoughts, she found herself distanced from the other souls around her, trapped in a mental cage of her own making. In that fleeting moment, her heart danced with joy at the sight of Thomas, yet the chill of his icy stare quickly cast a shadow over her spirit, silencing her once more. With a voice that trembled like the leaves in a gentle breeze, she spoke her apologies to Amy. Yet, in the depths of her eyes, there lingered a shadow that betrayed any semblance of true remorse. From afar, a letter of apology found its way to me, penned by none other than Vanessa. It spoke of a desire to gaze upon its own existence, unshackled from the grasp of maternal influence. In a quiet moment, Amy unfolded the letter, her eyes dancing across the words. Yet she chose to remain silent, not penning a response. In the quiet corners of the heart, forgiveness weaves its intricate tapestry, a journey that unfolds slowly, like the gentle turning of pages in a cherished book. In the depths of her heart, a whisper lingered, suggesting that forgiveness might forever remain just out of reach. As they stepped into their new abode, a sense of adventure filled the air, and they began to bring in their cherished belongings, each item a piece of their story waiting to unfold. In the heart of a bustling world, there stood a small yet radiant house, a beacon of hope that whispered tales of their new beginning. What shall we embark upon next? As Thomas settled into the cozy embrace of the living room, he posed his question, his curiosity evident in the air around him. Amy, with a gentle smile, took her place beside him as if the world around them faded into a soft whisper. Once upon a time, in the heart of a charming abode, there arose a desire to ponder the enchanting world of interior design within its walls. And so the journey begins to set my web design company on the right path. I must seek a new place of work, Thomas declared, his voice carrying the weight of his determination. In a bold move, he left behind the bustling financial firm in Boston, seeking new horizons at a quaint local company. Though the salary would take a dip, he yearned for a sanctuary, a place where the burdens of stress would fade away. On that fateful night, under the shimmering stars, Amy unveiled a revelation that would leave Thomas utterly astonished. Once upon a time, a new chapter was about to unfold as the promise of a family of 3 began to take shape. In that moment, Thomas's eyes sparkled like the brightest stars in the night sky, filled with pure joy. Is that so? When, dear friend, does the tale unfold? In the span of 6 moons. With a test, I found the truth confirmed. He wrapped his arms around his wife, lost in thoughts of that tiny life they had created together. In the days to come, their journey would be fraught with challenges. Yet they had triumphed over many challenges to reach this point in their journey. In the embrace of their new family, a unique kind of happiness awaited, promising to weave a tapestry of joy unlike any they had known before. In the quiet of the night, as the world outside faded into a gentle hush, Amy lay in bed, her fingers entwined with Thomas's, a silent promise shared between them. In the tapestry of life, I find immense joy in the moment our paths intertwined. Choosing to forego those chocolates turned out to be the most serendipitous choice I ever made. With a soft chuckle, Thomas leaned down and pressed a gentle kiss upon his wife's forehead, a tender moment shared between them. It was through my insatiable appetite that the hidden truth was finally unveiled. Under the soft glow of the moonlight that danced across the room, the 2 souls pondered the journey that lay ahead, filled with the promise of their new life together. In the gentle dawn of a new chapter, a serene joy began to blossom, emerging from the shadows of past struggles.